They're like, okay, you know what? Americans will now be working with us in going after these terrorists. So Trump is not sending any what do you call it? He's not sending any warplanes to come and bomb anywhere. At least not for now. Again, it's an unconfirmed information. Share you guys, it's not like it's official. But you know now, from the pieces of all this info, you're going to get, you are going to have an idea of what is going on, right? So part of the issue was that until now, Tinubu never appointed any ambassador. Nigeria have no ambassadors in any country. Only the embassy staff have been running the embassy. So the the excuse given by Tinubu and Tinubu's handler was that they are saving money. At least the embassy is running. So when this Donald Trump's wahala kicked off, it's not even wahala. When Donald Trump gets interested in what is going on in Nigeria, some people were saying the situation like this would have been managed if Nigeria had ambassadors to the United States. Sure, you get like an ambassador would have a sort of like diplomatic cover or leverage to meet with the president of the United States to brief them and tell them, lie to them about Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. So because of this, Tinubu has now selected 3 people. Was it Oluwole Oke or Adewale Oke or something? And then the other guy that was arrested, you know that man they found $40 million or something in his Ikoyi flat, remember? $40 million, 9 million pounds, million, remember? So he's been appointed as an ambassador designate and others. So the names were forwarded to Akpabiole. Let him read it for you. I'll show you the faces.
Distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabiole, GCON, Senate President, National Assembly Complex, Distinguished Senate President, request for confirmation of appointees or request for confirmation of appointments of non-career ambassadors designates. In accordance with the provisions of Section 171, subsection 1 and 2, C and 4 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, as amended, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the under-listed 3 nominees first. 3 nominees as non-career ambassadors designates. 1. Kayode Are, Ogun State. 2. Aminu Dalhatu from Jigawa State. Members of the nominees, please accept the present. This is of my highest. Yours sincerely, Tinubu, President Commander of the Armed Forces, the Federal Republic.
Sorry about the audio. It's quite, So you've got it, Are, Dalatu, and okay. So I'll show you their faces so that I can put faces. I can put face by each name. All right. So you know who they are. So okay, Abeokuta. That's the one on the left, right? And I think he is from either Ekiti or Ondo. The man in the middle was the guy they found over 40 million. You with me? They found over 40 million in a Ikoyi flat. And he said it was money meant for the internal security stuff by the NIA, National Intelligence Agency or something. That's him in the middle. And then that's the Dalatu from Jigawa, the one at the top right. So these are the 3 people that Tinubu will be sending as ambassadors to United States, United Kingdom, and possibly France. So Dalatu will likely be sent to United States. Are will likely be sent to UK. Anoke will be sent to France. I don't know. I could put my money on that and possibly I could be right with 1 or 2 of them. Anyway, that's just by the way. So let's go back into other happenings. The southern governors on their own have decided to come together and, in the name of a security summit. So all of the 17 states from the southern part of Nigeria, which includes the southwest, southeast, and the Niger Delta, so they all converged in Abeokuta then after dubious Dagbo had to read their communique. But this first, this paparazzi drama, yeah.
And 6 other rounds. Commanded by post number 527091, Sergeant Humans Orimisore. Get bomb and ready for your inspection, Your Excellency. Move dead arms. Show dead arms. National salute. Dead arms. Your Excellency, may I have your permission to mess up the gas? National salute, dead arms.
Charles Suludo of Anambra State, Your Excellencies, the brother governors of other southern states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria here present for
So they were all there. Meanwhile, the new ministry created by Tinubu, Ministry of Livestock. Yeah. So the Minister of Livestock, Livestock Minister, which is the Fulani terrorist minister, because you may not know, Tinubu already appointed a minister that was supposed to address all the issues concerning this Fulani terrorist in Nigeria. So they call him Livestock Minister. Do you even know him? No? Me too. I don't know him. I can't even recognize him. But today, he was quoted to have said, open grazing cannot be banned. And by law, in southern part of Nigeria today, open grazing is considered as illegal. So the minister just said that now, that no, open grazing has come to stay for the Fulanis who wants to graze, and for those ones who want to go to ranches, they too can go to ranches. Yeah, go and Google it. I don't know the guy. And now I'm going to be interested in actually really knowing him and his name and his face, and I'm going to make you know him too. Just so you know that he's holding a ministerial position where he could use executive power, right, to ensure that these terrorists are indeed established while they are still killing us, just so you know. So, yeah, he's the dubious Dagbo of Ogun States, telling us what the governors came to, like, you know.
Southern Nigeria now stands at a pivotal moment marked by rising threats to security, economic pressures, and the urgent need for coordinated leadership. Recent abductions in schools, religious centers, and rural communities across the country demonstrate that no region is insulated from organized criminality or violent extremism. Distinguished colleagues, as we deliberate on the security architecture of southern Nigeria, it is important to state clearly that the creation of state police remains a non-negotiable component of our collective demand for true federalism and effective grassroots security. Our region has consistently advocated for a policing system that is closer to the people, more responsive to local realities, and better equipped to address the rapidly evolving threats that we face. The recent incidents across the country reinforce this urgency. A unified southern position on state police will not only enhance intelligence gathering and early warning capabilities, but also strengthen our ability to secure schools, farmlands, border communities, and critical infrastructure across our states.
So anyway, so that was them meeting to find solution to this insecurity that they believe is kind of like enveloping the entire country. So southern part of Nigeria, that won't be the first time, and it was on one of them coming together, one of those kind of like summits that they ended up creating Amotekun, but they are still federally limited on what kind of ammunition they are allowed to carry. So if the terrorists are carrying automatic rifles, right? So the defending power or defending force, they must have superior firepower. Nigeria under Bokwari ensured that these governors couldn't really arm the Amotekun. So Amotekun now turned to those who are now checking people's phones, helping people to recover their debt from from people in them, and ridiculous things, because their real job it was for them to be forest guards in Yoruba land. So a Yoruba man is the president of Nigeria right now, which is Tinubu. So the southern governors are saying it on like a dubious type of say, right? They are going to give their full support or backing for the state police creation, so that they can be kind of like the first responders, right? But what is the point in even creating state police, but they can't carry firearms? They can't carry automatic rifles. So is this not maybe another kind of charade? Okay. So rather than advocate for more state police or what have you, why not just give the Amotekun, for instance, Abeokuta? Abeokuta is in the eastern part of Nigeria, but you only hear about them when they start looking for people they were accused of being IPOB, by the way. So they never really go after the Fulani terrorists in the forest, no. They never go after these unknown gunmen terrorists, no, because they are partly the unknown gunmen too, Abeokuta. So it's crazy, right? So I would want a situation whereby they will tell Tinubu and say, listen, give us the clearance to get proper weapons and trainings, all the proper logistics for this Amotekun. You get what I mean? But no, they want to create state police, and they all dressed up like they were having the Red Day in Abeokuta. But yeah, that's what happened in Abeokuta. But apart from that, you are mostly on your own. You know that, right? So they brought what do you call this? They brought a security expert to come and speak on the security situation in the country, and he did tell us that yeah, they have put together whatever it is that they wanted to achieve with this Kirby kidnapping. So the children kidnapped in Kirby, their parents, and the entire way of and their entire kind of like a way of controlling the narrative, as ridiculous as it sounds, right? So this person made us realize that one of the children, one of the parents of the children actually had an heart attack. Had an heart attack when they kidnapped his daughter or so. Yeah. And he died. The tragedy of the game the politicians are playing. And this is a good example.
Unless they have a different
And
system
sincerely
of doing
speaking,
it.
that's the comment and that's the report we've also received from the locals. So the onus is now on the Nigerian security agencies to ensure that, look, we don't speak about this on the pages of newspaper or on television. People want to see concrete action. Imagine a father, a mother whose daughter, and there's something that probably many Nigerians don't know. One of the parents of these girls or these children that were picked in this school, Mr. Anthony, died yesterday of heart attack.
Oh dear.
Because 3 of his children
I'm so
are
sorry.
victims.
So sorry.
People
to
don't
hear
understand this. So when you speak this, you are not speaking against anybody. You are just trying to tell
Yes.
exactly the problem.
I'm really sorry
the
to hear
pains,
that.
the trauma. We've tried today to speak to many of the parents with their numbers. They're even scared to pick calls. And when I was speaking yesterday to the leadership of the church in Kontagora, and they told me this news because I knew about this death since yesterday. It was a really sad thing. You can imagine the man is in shock because 3 children, he will not even know what to explain, what is happening to them. I said the other day that, these are children who have been used to possibly wake up in the morning, to possibly brush their teeth, wake up in the morning to have breakfast and later tea break or lunch, depend on the school system, and then dinner. These children have not seen sleep in the past few days. These children have not done some of these things. They've not even taken their baths. You can imagine what these children are going through. So now their parents themselves cannot tell exactly where the children are, what happened to the children, because I think there's a mix-up of information even in some of these conversations. The 50 children that came back, when the bandit entered into that school, they went straight to the junior dormitory and started bringing them out. And I think this news filtered out to the senior dormitory, they ran away. And that's why you see the number of the senior students is low.
So unless they have a different system.
Yeah. The children they use in their political game. That's the way I see it. And if you have to launch an inquiry into all of this, it's got to be an external inquiry. Because those who are going to bring in from the internal are so compromised because they all allowed this to fester in the first place. So they kept propping the children. When they brought the children back, they didn't even allow them to go to their parents or their parents to see them. They were moving them from one government building to a guest house to this person, to that person. And all yesterday positioned, displaying them here and there to the media to take pictures, And then this, I think it was this morning or what was late last night, they finally handed them over to their state governor in another ceremony. The military handed them over to the governor. So the governor is now going to host another ceremony to hand them over to their parent, I think.
No escape from that same forest. On the 19th of this month, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, directed the Honorable Minister of Defense of State or Defense to relocate to Kebbi State in order to ensure the complete return of all the kidnapped victims. I am happy today to present the 24 recovered victims of that kidnapping incident. The 24 girls are here, hale and hardy, no death, no injury. However, we shall suggest and advise that after the handing over, the state government should look into getting good medical doctors to check the children and further confirm their health status. I want to also mention that the Chief of Defense Staff and the Chief of Army Staff have directed me to express appreciation to you for the support given to the military and all other security agencies that partook in the operations to recover these students. They have also mandated me to extend the same gratitude to all security agencies that took part, including the police, the NSA, and all other security